So today, continuing our journey along the Outer Beltway. Last video we were here in Timber, which, go ahead and show the transportation map. The Outer Beltway is, of course, right here. Today we're moving into East Fenton, relatively small town, a little under 5,000. To the west, it's Fenton, which is about double in population. And to the north is Sid, which is sort of a bigger town, right in this immediate region. And of course to the east by Timber and south SimNation. But today is East Fenton time. You see the Outer Beltway here, traveling east and west through the town. You can see a little bit of a rail network as well. And go back to satellite view. You kind of see a little bit of the farms on the southern end of the community, or the southern end of the tile. It's in a small tile, which shouldn't take too long to show. But here is East Fenton. Okay, so we're back, and it looks like nighttime to me. So let's check the time real quick. The actual time, 8 o'clock. Yep. Good old evening time. Go ahead and hit play there. This here is the Outer Beltway. Comes in from Timber, goes west into Fenton. You see the rail line come in from Fenton there. Let's see. Yep, from Fenton. Traverses east and west through the community. There's a small rail intersection here where it goes north into Sid and east into Timber, and also continues south across the highway and sort of goes back west. I'm not sure where I want this to go. I don't know if I want it to go back west into Fenton or not, so I just sort of ended it right there. This gets, well, not really used, but kind of, I guess. Check this one, 1%. It's better than 0%. Check this one up here, 1%. I thought these would be a little bit busier. 19%, so that one is noticeably busier. I would also think that going into Sid, the rail line would be fairly busy, as it's quite a bit bigger of a tile and a much higher population. Get rid of this. See all the farmland on the south side of the tile. So there's a little cemetery tucked into the farms, and the mayor's house. See what we have. Check the schools and stuff right here. Check the high school first. 71, that's good. The elementary school, 120, that's good still. The hospital, 296, that's also good. I don't think there's anything north. Yeah, I don't see anything I need to check there. Go ahead and pause it real quick and try to zoom in, and hopefully it doesn't shut off on me. Okay, so thankfully it did not. Go ahead and get rid of this. Now, I don't know if you can see. I'll turn the grid on real quick and do this. The highway, there's sort of a one tile separation between the actual highway and the frontage road here. A little hard to tell, but there is. But there previously wasn't. There was only, well, it was just as compact as I could make it. But then I started going back and kind of widening the not the highway itself, but the frontage roads. I sort of pushed them back a little bit, pushed them one tile back to give a little bit more room in case I did decide to widen the highway, the Outer Beltway, so to speak here. Go ahead and turn the grid back off. I think this looks pretty neat. The frontage road here, going up the little incline to the road and going back down it to head east. I was thinking about trying to extend the frontage roads eastward, but this is elevated, as you can sort of tell. I'm not sure exactly how I want that to be. And on the north side of the highway, I mean, I just don't know where I could put it. I don't really want to demolish any of the apartment buildings to do it. Get rid of this. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, come on. Well, taking part of the road with it. That's the way it goes. I did not mean to do that either. Come on. Street. There we go. Try put some noble fir trees here. Make it look a little bit different. There we go. That should look a little bit nicer. Of course, have a Rite Aid here. Check how many jobs it has. 52. So I don't really want to demolish it yet. Have an Exxon Mobil station here. See the Mobil sign right there. It's pretty cool. Dollar General, I believe, there. Yep. And a KFC and A&W there that has no workers, apparently. Didn't know that. Check how busy the road here is. It's not too bad. At least it's getting some use. Turn back north. Check the road here. Whoa, 2,600 buses. That's quite a few. Is this road busy at all? No. But this one? Not really. 1941, 1490. Any over this way? 147, 320. So that area is fine. Let's go ahead and check some data views. Fire hazard. Yeah, it's alright. I think there's just a small section. The northeast quadrant. Or the north, I guess. But I think that's okay. Crime. That's okay. Education. That should start going up before too long. Town's only 14 years old, so has to have time to build the education. One arrest, or no, one crime. No arrests, so. Okay, check commute times. Oh, well, that's a nice little drop there. So hopefully that will continue to slide. Education. So education should start ticking up. Education by age. Well, we have educated 70 to 90-year-olds. Okay. Population by age. Not bad. It's fairly young. Life expectancy. Well, that's probably why it's young, because the life expectancy's sort of young. But that should go up too, I would imagine. Average income. That's a good increase there. Can't tell if it's sort of stagnated or not. What do we have here? Am I going to demolish couple buildings here? Probably. At least one. Yep, this one here. I do not want this building here. Rid of that. And try to put this here. Check the taxes real quick, because that might be why they're building them. Yeah, we'll go ahead and raise taxes a little bit to the 9.5. I think sounds good for high wealth. Go ahead and turn back around. Make sure they're not being sneaky and trying to build something I do not want. Oh, you can see the cows out there grazing. It's cool. This is switchgrass. Switchgrass. Hop spines. What is this? Oh, barley field. That's of course pasture. Rye field. That's kind of loud. Switchgrass, and it's switchgrass as well. I think it's what, barley? Rye. So well, it looks like they could probably make alcohol here. So is there another one of those? Nope. As you can see, it's a pretty standard small town. Not really a main street area or anything like that. It's a fairly new town. Guess you could say its growth is attributed to the Outer Beltway here. Let's see, 349 and none. So fortunately, that's not busy, but check eastbound. Well, that's actually getting use both directions, so that's good. Check the road here, that's fine. Check the rail. Now, what I like to do to sort of stimulate growth, put the trees here. Hopefully that'll work. And it did. Well, I think it did anyway, but it's not the ones I'm looking for. So demolish that and try again. There we go. Try that. See what happens. It's still not very busy there, but 2900. Still kind of a busy avenue there. I'll hold 2 trains using that one. Check the road. It's not bad. Well, I don't think that's too bad. But like I was saying, this is a pretty typical small town. Not really much here. You definitely have to go east or west to do much. Don't think we even have a not a gas station, a grocery store here. So probably have to travel into. I think Fenton has a Walmart or some type of grocery store. Then again, I'm pretty sure Timber does as well, and I know Sid does, but I think it's towards the northern part of the city. But, you know, thanks to Sid booming and having grown to about 115,000, yeah, I wanted to extend some type of road, which I wanted it to be this, that would lead pretty much from Sid to the highway, to the Outer Beltway here. So fortunately, they're not really using it, but maybe sometime in the future that will be utilized a bit better. Well, at least this avenue here is getting some use. Not the one I wanted, but it's going nonetheless. Check this again real quick. Still 8. Eastbound. It's a high wealth, yeah. I'll let it stay. Not too worried about that one. Still kind of looks nice, so. You see the avenue here being sort of utilized. Looks pretty cool. As well as the Outer Beltway headed eastbound. But yeah, in the next video we'll go into Fenton, which is about double the population of East Fenton. And I think it has a bit more of a town feeling to it, I believe, than East Fenton does. You know, I sort of like it being sort of rural like this, not having much in the way of amenities or anything. 'Cause we're pretty far away from the main city. We have Sid to the north, but you know, Sid's only 115,000, so it's not necessarily too big. And plus, most of it's towards the northern, from about middle to the northern half of the tile. So the southern half is fairly empty. And I believe the second tile west of here, west of Fenton, I can't remember the name of it now. I have to come up with it, but it has a fairly good population, about 75,000. So it's not too small. I definitely want to try to encourage neighbor connections and things like that. Help them get connected and dependent on each other. That real quick. But yeah, that is East Fenton.